Listen up. Before you go chasing another person who can't even love themselves, you need to understand something. Real love doesn't show up for the version of you that's cracked open and waiting to be saved. It comes when you finally decide to save yourself. All right, let's break this down because too many people keep treating self-worth like it's some optional accessory you wear only when life feels cute. Nah. Self-worth ain't a necklace, it ain't a jacket, it ain't something you put on when someone else thinks it looks good on you. It's the foundation, the ground you're standing on, the spine holding your whole damn life together. And if you keep trying to build a relationship on top of a shaky, cracked, flimsy version of yourself, don't be surprised when the whole thing collapses like a house made of toothpicks in a hurricane. You see, the problem is this, you keep trying to get love before you even understand what you deserve. You keep begging people to choose you when you haven't even chosen yourself yet. You hand your heart out like it's free samples at a grocery store, and then act confused when people take a bite, shrug, and walk away for something better. And every time that happens, you blame them, but deep down you know the truth. You handed them the permission slip to treat you like that. You keep thinking a relationship will fix you, heal you, validate you, make you feel enough, like someone else's touch is stronger than your own reflection. Like their approval is oxygen and without it you can't breathe. But that kind of desperation, that's the fastest way to end up lost, hurt and hollow. Because nobody can give you the love you refuse to give yourself. Nobody can fill a cup you keep kicking over. Nobody can hold you together when you won't stop tearing at your own seams. You want real love? Start with the person in the mirror. Yeah, that one. The one you avoid looking at because you're scared you'll see all the things you pretend you're not. The insecurities, the wounds, the regrets, the moments you're not proud of, the pieces you hide behind jokes, anger, attitude, or silence. You keep thinking someone else will come in and make you forget all that. But listen, nobody's coming to save you. Not like that. You save you. Self-worth isn't loud. It's not flashy. It doesn't scream, look at me. Look at me, I'm confident. It's quieter. It's the moment you say no when your whole body is shaking because you're scared they'll leave. It's walking away from someone who makes you feel small, even if your heart wants to stay. It's not answering that text at 2 a.m. because you know damn well you deserve more than being someone's convenience. It's realizing you don't have to beg anyone to see your value. If they don't see it, that's their loss, not your cue to shrink. And yeah, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes choosing yourself means standing alone. Sometimes turning your back on the wrong people makes you feel like you're walking into darkness. But that darkness, that's where you meet yourself. That's where you rebuild. That's where you stop being the version of you that kept settling for crumbs and start becoming the version of you that demands the whole table. Because here's the real truth. When you don't know your worth, you attract people who don't know it either. You become a magnet for pain, toxicity, disrespect, confusion, and you keep calling it love because it feels familiar. But familiar doesn't mean healthy. Familiar sometimes means wounded. And if you don't heal those wounds, you'll keep letting the wrong people treat you the same way the past did. But once you understand your worth, everything shifts. You stop explaining why you deserve respect. You stop justifying why you need consistency. You stop apologizing for having boundaries. You stop chasing people who barely care if you stay or go. You stop letting someone's temporary affection make you forget your permanent value. You start walking differently, talking differently, loving differently. You stop showing up as the version of you that life broke and start showing up as the version you build with your own two hands. And suddenly, the people who once overlooked you can't ignore you anymore. The ones who took you for granted can't reach you anymore. The ones who tried to make you feel small can't stand next to you anymore. Because when you know your worth, you become a storm, calm, powerful, untouchable. You don't need validation. You don't need permission. You don't need someone to tell you you're enough. You already know. And that's when love finds you. Not because you're searching for it. It's not because you're begging for it. But because you finally became someone who doesn't settle for anything less than real. Listen, we gotta talk about something people love to dodge, hide, bury, pretend ain't real. Healing. Yeah, that word you keep running from like it's the monster under your bed. But here's the punch in the throat. Your healing is your responsibility. Nobody else's. Not your ex. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not the world. Just you. And until you get that, you're gonna keep bleeding on everybody who tries to get close. And then wonder why everything you touch ends up stained. You keep waiting for someone to swoop in and fix the damage. Like there's going to be this magical person who understands every scar, every crack, every dark corner you keep locked away. Like they're supposed to read your mind, feel your pain, and somehow carry the weight you refuse to deal with. But that ain't how life works. That ain't how you work. Your pain didn't come with a repair team. It came with you. And like it or not, you're the one who has to clean up the mess inside your chest. See, the hurt you've been dragging around is heavy, I know. It's ugly. Some of it you don't even like talking about. Some of it you pretend never happened. Some of it you turn into jokes, anger, ego, silence, anything, so you won't have to actually face it. But pain has this nasty habit. It never disappears just because you ignore it. It sits, it waits, it grows, and eventually it erupts in the middle of your life like a grenade you forgot you pulled the pin from. You snap at people who didn't deserve it. You push away the ones who care. You chase the ones who break you. You punish yourself for wounds you never caused. You repeat the same cycles, the same mistakes, the same heartbreaks, like you're stuck in a loop you can't escape. And the worst part, you think that's normal. You've convinced yourself that as long as someone loves you, you'll heal. As long as someone stays, you'll feel whole. As long as someone understands you, you'll be okay. But that's a fantasy, one that keeps you chained to disappointment, because nobody can fix what you refuse to face. Nobody can heal wounds they can't see. Nobody can pull you out of the darkness if you're still clinging to the shadows like they're home. You want to heal? Start being honest with yourself. Stop lying about what broke you. Stop pretending you're over things you still think about at 3 a.m. Stop acting tough when you're really just tired. Stop carrying childhood pain into adult relationships like it's some kind of emotional inheritance. You don't owe your past a single damn thing. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean acting like the pain didn't shape you. It means taking the power back. It means saying, yeah, that happened. Yeah, it hurt, but it doesn't get to control me anymore. It means looking your trauma dead in the face and refusing to let it call the shots. And trust me, healing ain't pretty. It ain't poetic. It ain't you sitting by a window journaling softly while inspirational music plays in the background. Sometimes it feels like ripping your own chest open. Sometimes you cry over things you thought you buried years ago. Sometimes you feel lost, alone, confused. Sometimes you want to give up. But every time you choose to face it instead of hide from it, you win a piece of yourself back. You start seeing the world differently. You stop taking every rejection personally. You stop letting the past dictate your worth. You stop settling for relationships that feel like punishment. You stop letting triggers control you. You stop playing the victim in a story where you've always been stronger than you realize. Healing is responsibility, not revenge, not punishment, not perfection. Responsibility. That means you hold yourself accountable, not for the pain you received, but for the pain you carry. It means breaking patterns instead of repeating them. It means learning instead of blaming. It means choosing peace even when chaos feels familiar. And when you finally start healing, your voice changes, your energy changes, your standards rise, your relationships become healthier, your heart gets lighter, your mind gets clearer, your life finally starts moving forward. Because healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world hurt you. Listen, we gotta dig into something people swear they understand, but keep messing up every damn day. Boundaries. Yeah, that word you treat like it's optional, like it's rude, like it's selfish. But let me tell you straight, love without boundaries isn't love. It's chaos wearing a fake smile. And if you don't learn how to draw the line, protect your peace, and guard your heart with some damn dignity, you're gonna keep ending up in situations where you're given everything and getting nothing but scraps in return. You think saying yes to everything makes you loyal. You think staying quiet makes you mature. You think letting people walk all over you makes you strong. Nah, that makes you a target. It turns you into a doormat dressed like a lover. It turns your heart into a punching bag for people who should have never been allowed near it in the first place. See, boundaries ain't walls, they're doors. They don't lock everybody out, they decide who gets access. And too many of you keep leaving your door wide open for people who only come in to break the furniture, drain the energy, and dip when the damage is done. Then you call it love. Then you call it loyalty. Then you blame yourself for letting them stay too long. But the truth, You didn't lack love. You lack boundary. You keep letting people treat you however they want because you're afraid they'll leave if you speak up. You'd rather lose yourself than lose them. You'd rather swallow your feelings than risk a fight. You'd rather overgive, over-explain, over-sacrifice just to keep the peace, when deep down it's destroying you. You're scared that saying no makes you unlovable, scared that having standards makes you difficult, scared that drawing a line makes you heartless. But let me be blunt. If someone leaves because you finally respected yourself, they were never meant to stay. Boundaries teach people how to love you. They show people what's acceptable, what's not, what hurts you, what builds you. They force the wrong ones out and let the right ones step up. Well, if someone gets mad when you set boundaries, that's a damn good sign the boundary was needed. You gotta stop letting people take advantage of your softness. Stop letting guilt make your decisions. Stop letting fear control your relationships. Stop breaking your own heart trying to protect someone else's. Love requires honesty, real honesty, the kind where you say, listen, this crosses the line for me, without shaking in your voice. The kind where you choose your sanity over someone's approval. The kind where you walk away from situations that drain you, even if walking away scares the hell out of you. A boundary is saying, I won't let you talk to me like that. I won't compete for your attention. I won't explain myself to someone committed to misunderstanding me. I won't sacrifice my mental peace for a relationship that feels one-sided. I won't shrink so you can feel bigger. I won't break myself to fix you. That ain't selfish. That's survival. And here's the real twist. When you build boundaries, your life gets quieter, but the quiet is peaceful. The drama fades. The confusion fades. The toxicity fades. Suddenly you're not drained all the time. You're not running in emotional circles. You're not losing sleep over someone who doesn't give a damn. You start breathing again, thinking again, feeling like yourself again. Because boundaries don't ruin relationships. They reveal who actually cares. They expose who respects you and who only wanted what you could offer. They show you who's real and who only loved the access you gave them. Anyone who values you will adjust. Anyone who loves you will listen. Anyone who wants to be in your life long term will meet you at the line, not push you past it. And the craziest part, people are more attracted to you when you have boundaries. You walk with more confidence. You speak with more clarity. You stop being desperate for attention. You stop chasing. You stop settling. You stop accepting the bare minimum from people who ain't even giving you the basics. You become someone with standards, someone with a backbone, someone who knows their worth and protects it. And that energy, that's powerful, that's magnetic. That's the version of you love respects, not the version that tolerates disrespect just to feel loved. Boundaries aren't barriers to love. They're the blueprint for it. And until you set them, enforce them, honor them, you'll keep confusing pain for passion and attachment for love and chaos for connection. Choose yourself enough to draw the line, because the moment you do, the right kind of love finally knows where to find you. Look, everybody keeps chasing love like it's some rare animal they gotta trap before it disappears, running after people, begging for attention, clinging to whoever gives them a little warmth, even if that warmth comes from a fire that's burning them alive. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You don't attract real love until you become whole. Not perfect, not flawless, just whole. Complete enough that someone entering your life feels like a choice, not a rescue mission. You keep thinking love is gonna fill in empty rooms inside you, like someone else's heartbeat is supposed to echo loud enough to drown out the loneliness you've been carrying for years. Like finding the right person will magically erase the insecurities, the trauma, the fear, the doubt. But love don't work like that. Love ain't glue. Love ain't therapy. Love ain't a bandage for wounds you refuse to clean. If anything, relationships make your cracks louder. They expose the parts of you you tried to hide. They reflect your brokenness right back at you until you can't run from it anymore. That's why every time you get close to someone, you sabotage it. You get scared, you pull away, you get defensive, you lose yourself, you cling too hard, you shut down, you explode. Because you're still trying to build love on top of wounds that were never healed. And then you blame the world, like real love doesn't exist. It exists. You're just not ready for it while you're still fractured. Becoming whole isn't some spiritual fairy tale. It's the gritty, uncomfortable, often painful process of sitting alone with your own truth. It's looking at the parts of yourself you've tried to numb with toxic people, cheap validation, and emotional shortcuts. It's facing the voice in your head that keeps telling you you're not enough. It's learning how to comfort yourself instead of searching for somebody else to do it. And yeah, it's hard. Being whole means you stop distracting yourself. It means you stop dating out of boredom. It means you stop chasing people who only give you half of what you deserve. It means you stop trying to fix broken people because fixing them makes you forget how broken you feel. It means you stop settling for relationships where love feels like a battle instead of a blessing. When you finally start working on yourself, not the polished Instagram version, but the real, raw, messy version, you begin to build something solid. You start trusting yourself. You start respecting your own boundaries. You start choosing peace over chaos. You stop confusing intensity with intimacy. You stop confusing attention with love. You stop confusing temporary comfort with long-term connection. You start becoming whole. And when that happens, everything shifts. You stop being attracted to people who drain you. You stop chasing people who don't choose you. You stop falling for the same red flags dressed in different faces. You stop getting pulled into drama because you're no longer shaped by your wounds. Your energy changes. Your presence changes. You walk different, talk different, move different. You start radiating something rare: self-respect, stability, confidence, peace. And people feel that. People notice that. The right ones are drawn to it, and the wrong ones get uncomfortable and fade away. Either way, you win. Because real love, healthy love, doesn't come to fix you. It comes to meet you. It comes to stand beside you, not hold you together. It comes to grow with you, not rebuild you from scratch. When you're whole, you stop looking for someone to complete you. You look for someone who complements you. You stop hoping for someone to carry your pain. You look for someone who respects your healing. You stop searching for someone who makes you feel enough. You already are enough. You just want someone who sees it too. Wholeness attracts love that's not scared of your depth. Love that stays consistent. Love that doesn't play games. Love that doesn't leave when things get real. Love that isn't threatened by your strength. Love that honors your growth. When you're whole, love stops being a battlefield. It becomes a partnership, a choice, a peace, a home, not a hospital. And that's when you finally understand the secret. Real love doesn't show up when you're half a person praying for someone to fill the gaps. Real love shows up when you've rebuilt yourself so well that anyone who walks in knows they're entering the life of someone who no longer accepts anything less than real. So rebuild yourself, become whole, and watch how real love walks in. Not to fix you, not to complete you, but to stand beside the version of you that finally knows their own worth.